This is Don't Quit Your Daydream, where I am sharing stories of dreams that came to life. I'm interviewing members of the Creative Dreams Circle so they can tell you about their dreams, their creative projects, their businesses, all the cool things that they're making happen and putting out into the world. And also so we can talk a little bit about the obstacles that they faced and how they overcame them. I believe that the best source of inspiration is to hear the real stories of how other people make their dreams real. So let's dive in. So, hello everyone. I have Angel Sullivan here today. I'm so excited to share with you Angel herself and Angel's new project. So, I'm going to read Angel's short bio. She says, I'm a wife and mama to three. One of these is four-legged, but still counts. I love all things organizing, process, and tech, though not for its own sake, but for the sake of helping us, along with creativity and soul. So I've known Angel, I think, forever
Oh my gosh.
online. Yeah, and I've seen her do so many cool things. And when she shared her latest project, I was like, that actually sparked me to start doing this interview series, which I have been wanting to do for a while, and I kept waiting for the right time, waiting until I had time. And then when I saw Angel share this, I thought, no, I want to start this now, and I want to share her work and share her project and her process. So her new project is called Small Biz Organization. I'm going to put the link to it below. And I'm going to ask Angel to tell us all about it.
Yay. First, thank you. I'm super, super excited. It's been ages, I think, since we've actually talked, that's amazing. Um, so Small Biz Organization, it's kind of a long story the way it came about. So I'll try and just shorten it and tell you just really quickly. So I've always had a thing about, like, I said this on my website, and it's true. Like, when I was a kid, some kids like played outside and climbed trees and did, this kind of thing. And I did that a little bit too, but I would try and drag whatever cousin was handy into a room and we played office. And it sounds so dorky to say that, but like, I would go looking around whatever house we were at and find the pencils and pens and notebooks and paper clips and whatever I could think of to like play office, because I had no idea what that meant. Right.
Right.
But so that kind of grew into, I looked back recently talking with my husband and then with a friend of mine. Literally every job I've ever had, I've been the person that's like, I don't really care about the stuff that I'm supposed to be doing so much as like, let's make it easier for everybody. So if there's a process we can create to like, I've been working on SOPs, standard operating procedures, at my current job, because there's nothing in writing that says like, this is how we do X, or this is how we've done Y in the past, and this is the date. And like, there's nothing like that. And it makes me crazy. Like, I don't want to have to reinvent the wheel over and over, so my mind just goes to, well, let's just create a process and then we'll be done with it. So I had a friend point out that I just kind of do this. I've just kind of done it my whole life. She's like, why don't you do that? And I was like, oh, why don't I do that? And then it started. That was it.
Oh, I love it. And so you're offering services to help people in their small businesses create those processes and understand what they're doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. I think it's fun.
Yeah. And I love that you think it's fun, because most people don't.
I know. I wrote about that on my website, and I'm like, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand, because we're all so different, and I have friends that really dig things that I don't, but it's like, why don't you like putting together a spreadsheet to track, And they're just like, who would?
Yeah. So you had this amazing idea. What were like the biggest obstacles to actually making it a real thing?
My fear. That one's easy. My
That
fear.
way.
I mean, I've done websites for ages in the past, and so that wasn't a big deal. I had the bones together, I think, in a weekend, and then it was a matter of just writing the copy. And I had a friend to help me improve the copy, because it needed that. And I literally, when I sat down to write out, like, what do I want to offer? I literally sat on the couch in the living room with my family. We were watching a movie, and I just typed out these ideas, and I sent it to a friend to look over. to help me with the copy again. And she was like, this is perfect. And I'm like, no, that's just the draft. And she's like, no, this is good. This explains exactly what you're doing. And I was like, I think at that point, I was like, oh, maybe I do have some kind of natural tendency with this, but even once we had gotten to that point and it was real and I had to start talking about it, all of these fears and thoughts were coming up about, who do you think you are to do this? And you don't know enough. You don't have any official training, or, that's not what your degree is in, or like all this stuff came up, and I'm just going, oh crap, what have I done? Yeah.
I think of it sometimes like going after Dream is like opening up that Pandora's box, and it's like,
yes.
Like,
what did I just do? What was I thinking?
And so what did you do then? How did you work through it?
I still am. And interestingly enough, and I remember this from back in the day, but I came across, I think it was one of your recent updates, one of your emails where you're talking about like the circle and how you have to get through the yuck part to get to the dream, right? That came up. Yes, that came up as I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, oh, that's right. Of course. I know this, but your email came at a perfect time, and I happened to see that, and I was like, oh, that's right. This is just part of it. It's just a matter of, so I think for me, what I'm going to end up having to do, and what I've started is, I made a list of the things that need to be done for the business to help move me forward. But the list feels like, again, oh crap, what am I doing? What am I thinking? So that becomes, okay, well, what's the smallest piece that I can, so for example, I need to create more intake forms. I want one particular intake form for each service that I offer. So rather than say, my to-do list item is create all the intake forms, that's just like, well, that's massive. When am I going to do that? How am I going to do that? Instead, it's just, okay, come up with 5 questions for the financial intake form. And that's a small to do. And I can see that, and I can go, okay, I can do that on a lunch break. So then I can schedule it, and then it can get done. But otherwise, it just feels like this massive, too big thing that I can't handle. So I have to break it down for me.
I love it. Yeah, it's so practical, and it does help. It helps with the fears too, right? Because it's almost like they're calmed down by being able to see a list of doable things.
Exactly. Yes. And because it feels so, doable. It just feels so, like this is just a little thing that I can do on my lunch break. That's not a big deal. Yeah. Versus the other thing of like create all the intake forms, which is like, oh shit.
Absolutely. So I am going to share the link to your site so everyone can check it out. But could you tell us what are the different services that you're going to offer, or that you are offering?
Let's see if I can remember them off the top of my head. There's a financial one, because one of the things that I know from having done business stuff in the past is it's kind of a pain in the ass to try and keep up with what am I spending, what's coming in, what are the sources it's coming in from, and I want to know like what services are working and what aren't. So I want to be able to track that over time as well. So that's one of the services, just to get the stuff together. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a CPA. I don't do any of the tax stuff or any of that, but I can help keep the information organized. One of them is like, because I have done website stuff for so many years, is to help with like clarifying your message on the website and organizing things visually in such a way that somebody can get from where they land to where you would like them ultimately to be, to help, because sometimes websites they're overwhelming a lot of times, I think. So that's one of them. One of them is creating SOPs and stuff, because I really do love that. I really do. Like Evernote, I live and die by Evernote. I've created SOPs, like I said, for previous companies that I worked for previous businesses. And it's so much easier to have a process in place that you've already created and loved. And then you can just look in Evernote and like, oh, here's what I do. Here's my checklist. Done.
I've been doing that. And because I've been doing the same thing for so long in my business, it's a lot easier for me. And I created those routines because it helps me to have it written out and have it, even when I know what I'm doing, but this way, that certainty that I won't forget because it's all written down.
Exactly.
Frees up so much energy for creating.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly it. Yeah.
I just love that you're going to like help other people to do this and make it easier to get at, so that everyone can do the thing that they're really good at doing. And it
Yeah.
feels like this self-nourishing cycle because you're doing the thing that is natural for you,
Yeah.
right, and that you enjoy to do, and it kind of lights you up. You can see it when you talk about it, and then it helps people create a foundation so that they can do more of that thing that lights them up
Exactly.
too.
Yeah. Take the weight off, take the heaviness off, and leave the space for the good stuff, the juicy stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that.
for
And I
sure.
love that about dreams. It's like most of our dreams, when we really connect with what's true for us, it also like it's a light, it inspires and it encourages us, and it supports other dreams, right? Like that
Yeah.
they're all connected. So
Yes,
I love
exactly.
that.
Thank you.
I love that you're doing this, doing this out in the world and like bringing it to people who need it. So we'll put the link. I want everyone to go and check it out and send that to anyone who has their own business or wants to and is kind of feeling, um, I don't know, like sometimes, especially earlier on, I would feel this flattened by all the details of everything, right? So to
Yes.
have someone, it's almost like a fairy godmother type situation.
Right? I need to find a magic wand.
Where you, yeah.
I've just got a lighter right now, but let's pretend.
Yeah, that's just such a beautiful service. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's like thank you for sharing that. Thank you for being honest about the obstacles because most of us like don't even want to talk about it or share
Oh
with others
gosh.
all those feelings
Yeah.
that come up because it's like we're afraid that they're true, right? And I mean, you have enough experience to know they're not true. These are the things that come up for all of us, and um, we need to keep moving.
Exactly.
Let them be there and let our dream be there too, and let us keep moving towards it. So
And use the creative dream incubator with the pictures with the beakers where you put your dream in the beaker.
oh yeah.
Like give it that, you know what I mean? Like these things work though, for real. Like this is why I'm still part of your circle, or again, part of your
Yeah.
circle.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Well, thank you so much. This was so inspiring. And everybody, please go and check out Angel's new link, the small business organization.